Hi everyone. So today I'm back to answer a few questions that you guys had. And all the questions won't revolve around natural hair, but most of them do. So our first question was, what are the best products to use on a 7-year-old hair for moisture and softness? So natural hair has a tendency of being dry, brittle, and hard. In most cases, if you're having this issue, then you're using the wrong stuff. When I say the wrong stuff, it's simply meaning the wrong products. There's no right or wrong products, because if you don't try products, then you won't know what you'd like best to use on the hair. So you have to layer the way you use stuff. Now, what I mean when I say layer, if you want to talk about starting from shampooing. First, of course, we know the shampooing would come first. After the shampooing, then you'd have conditioning. Once you're done with the conditioner, it all depends on what state the hair is in. During the conditioning process, you should detangle. Now, I say should because some people could get away with not detangling during the conditioning process, and some of us just can't. For me, it's easier if I detangle my hair during the conditioning process, because the conditioner somehow has its own way of softening. With the water and all of that stuff, it's just easier. So for me, I detangle during my conditioning process, and I'd advise you to do the same. Once you finish the conditioning process, then depending on what style you're using, you're gonna either add a detangler or a moisturizer or a softener. So that's what I mean when I say to layer the products. You have to layer them so that each layer adds a different step of moisture. So back to my question, which products can you use for moisture and softness? So for moisture, a lot of people feel like oils. No, oils is not a moisturizer. Oils actually seals in the moisture, but you have to use a moisturizer first before you could seal it. Because if you seal it with the oil, then what are you sealing? You ain't sealing nothing. You just sealing the dry hair. And you're going to feel as if it's going to continuously be dry and brittle and look dry because you didn't add anything. So I'd advise you to add moisturizer, which can be a Curly Kids moisturizer, which we have. And we also have the Curl Piece moisturizers. So for moisturizing and softness, it's best to use all products moisture. All products moisture. Don't use anything that says protein or anything that says alcohol. Anything that has alcohol in it, it's not a really good moisture product. So you'd want to search for every product you could find that has the word moisture in it. I hope that answers your question. If not, you can send us a message via Instagram or Facebook, and you can question us some more, and we'll go into more details about your question. So next question. So my second question is asking, my relaxed hair is shedding and I need tips on why. So the shedding of relaxed hair can be caused by a number of different reasons. First of all, breakage. Breakage can occur if you're not taking care of your hair. And taking care of your hair, we all know that consists of shampooing, treating, doing right styles, and so forth and so on. So other than breakage, treatments. Relax is a chemical. And after the use of chemicals, you have to do something to keep your hair moisturized. So that's where your treatment will come in. Treatment will ensure that the hair goes back to its regular pH. And also, a lot of people don't know that for relaxed hair, you have to use neutralizing shampoo to rinse it out. If it doesn't neutralize the hair, then you're already wrong, because number one, when you're shampooing, all of the chemical isn't going to come out. So you have to ensure that you use a neutralizing shampoo, and after every relaxer you must treat. Other than that, another thing I'd say is a necessity after a relaxer is trimming the ends, simply because you want to get rid of the damage and broken ends so that you can bring forth all of your new growth and all of the new hair. So just to recap, breakage is done by not taking care of your hair, not treating on time, not using the right shampoos, and not trimming your ends. The third question would be, what do I use to define my curls? Now, the definition of curls can happen a lot of different ways with a lot of different products. It all depends on what texture hair you have. Conditioners, lotions, custards, creams, gels, moisturizers, all of them are some of the products that can be used to define your curls. Now, it all depends on your texture. So you have to find out what works best for your hair or what your hair likes. Like, for instance, we know what kind of food we like to eat simply because we try new food and we try different stuff. And after trying, then we know at some point, okay, I really like this, but I didn't really like that. Same thing for your hair. When you shampoo in your hair, when you're using new products, you have to take note of what's happening so that you understand what your hair is asking you for. So I can't really say a specific product would work for you because it all depends on the texture. Now, for me, I know my hair loves moisturizers. My hair loves oils, custards, creams, gels. I could use pretty much every product on my hair. Only thing I find my hair doesn't really like is protein and alcohol products. And which is protein, you only need it if your hair is damaged, brittle, and break. So for the most part, my hair isn't. So the protein won't work. It's not a good product for me because it only dries it out if it's not needed. And the oils and the moisturizer is something everyone should use on their hair. So I hope that answers your question, and we'll move on to the fourth one. How to grease or moisturize my hair. Okay, so this is a pretty simple one because as long as you could see the scalp or the root of your hair, you're pretty much good to go. You just use that grease and dip your finger in it, and as long as you can see the scalp, just run your finger through it to ensure that it gets directly to the scalp so that it does its work. And to grease your hair or moisturize your hair, it's the same way. You just use your hands, put it in your hands, rub it on, and you just moisturize the ends of your hair. Don't do the roots or your scalp, and do not do the ends because the whole entire hair needs moisture. Okay, so number 5 is asking, when should I use oils on my hair? When? Okay, I think I mentioned this earlier, but oils can be used to moisturize the scalp as well as sealing in moisture on the hair. Now, when I say sealing in, remember we first talked about moisturizing and softening hair. You have to add an actual moisturizer before you put the oil. And then once you've added the moisturizer, then you can use the oil to seal in the moisture in your hair. So number 6. What is the importance of tying down hair at night? Okay, so tying down your hair is simply because you want to keep the moisture in. What good is it to me if I'm actually moisturizing my hair today, and by the time I go to bed tonight, I don't tie it down, I just leave it open and while I'm sleeping, whatever I'm sleeping on, whether it be the pillowcase, the sheet, the blanket, whatever it is I'm sleeping on, if it's not a protective cloth, then it's going to be draining and sucking out all of the moisture out of my hair. So it's best to use a satin cap or a satin cloth or a silk cap or a silk cloth to tie your hair at night to ensure that the moisture stays. So it's important to tie down your hair at night so that you can preserve the moisture in your hair. And I think we have one more question. How many times should I wash my hair a month? So Washing your hair, it really depends on you as a person. Why would I say that? Because for me, I can go anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks without shampooing my hair, because I don't really use a bunch of products piling up one at a time. I don't use a bunch of gels. I don't use a bunch of all of that stuff. So I don't really sweat in my hair unless I'm working out. Now, if I'm working out, then I can say, okay, every week and a half I'd shampoo my hair. Or if I'm a heavy sweater, then a week and a half is good. If you're not a heavy sweater and you don't really use much gels and stuff like that, where you have a lot of buildup from the products, then you can pretty go 2 weeks. If you feel like 2 weeks is too often for you, or it's too much for you to deal with, then go to 3 weeks. Who am I to say how often you should wash your hair? But it's very good to keep your hair clean. Same reason why you keep your body clean. Your hair needs to be clean too. So guys, this wraps up our question and answer section. I hope I've answered all of your questions. If you have any other questions or queries or concerns, or you want to know anything else, feel free to send us a message on Instagram or YouTube, or you can just comment below the video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.